Hi, viewers. Welcome to Teens Career Telescope. This is a talk show which brings to light the life of a career for teenagers. So, why are we starting this show? The main objective is to bring the careers to reality in a simple way so that the teenagers are able to relate to it, understand what different careers are truly like. And we are going to cover some aspects which you will not be able to find in social media. You can get to know them only when you talk to professionals, and that's what we are going to do today. So stay tuned till the end. And today we have Tushar Chowdhury, who is a teacher, author, a civil engineer, and chartered project management professional. So he's an author of a groundbreaking book, The Professionalism Code, which is Amazon's #1 bestseller. So let's jump in and ask from Tushar, what is a civil engineering and the role of project management in civil engineering all about? Hi, Tushar.
Hello, Prasad.
Welcome to our talk show. It's our pleasure and honor to have you here. And we are very grateful to you for joining hands with us to help teenagers understand more about different professions. So, today we are going to focus on civil engineering and project management aspect involved in that. And we know you have 20 plus years of experience in it. So, we are going to cover a lot, I think. So thank you so much. And with that, let's just start. Before getting into details, I want the viewers to understand a little about your experience and how you got into civil engineering and how did you pick project management in that.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasad. I'm really honored to be part of this interview. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm really feeling great. I'm part of this mission you have to creating awareness for the teenagers and their parents to have different professions people are having. So, hello, everyone. I'm someone who loves solving real world problems. I'm a civil engineer, which means I design and build things like bridges, roads, systems. I've been doing for this more than 20 years now. That's for India, for out of India, UK, England, Middle East. I've also become an expert in managing projects, which is like being the captain of a big ship and making sure everything runs smoothly. And you might have seen there are so many great structures available in our country, which is serving purpose to all population. So I feel very proud that I'm a part of such a profession where where my work is getting used by the general public. That's me. Thank you very much.
That's great. That's great, Tushar. In fact, we tell teenagers that in whatever profession or career you get into, there should be a purpose and the kind of impact that you're making. And in fact, more than us sharing that, teenagers are becoming more cognizant of that. They want to understand what kind of impact they would be creating by being in a profession, and they are choosing basis that. So we are really glad to know, and you rightly pointed out the kind of impact that you're making. So going little deeper into that, can you take a specific example when you say bridges? So where does it start? How does it end? So if you can give a quick overview without going into the specifics, but an overview of a real-time example, that would help the viewers.
Okay, that's great. So think about that you traveling on daily basis the road to your school, to your college, to your offices. So we try to plan our work on the paper first. We try to put the drawings, how a building should look like, how a road should look like, what is how the road should take a turn, basically, you know. And then we try to put down the different structures required in that particular road or the building. If you're building a school, so in school, you require the classrooms. Okay, you require a playground, you require the parking spaces, you require the laboratories, you require the experiments location, you require a library to study. So you have to identify the areas in that available space where children and students can use it for their study. So we try to plan it on the paper first. When the plan is done on the paper, we try, we invite contractors or the person who build it. And that's how the real example I thought to share with you.
That's a great example and very much relatable to teenagers. Most of them would be in school, right? So in whatever you shared, first the design work is done, then execution work starts where you go to contractors and get their help in executing the plan. How does project management fits into this?
Yeah, so when you want to plan is the first principle of managing any work. If you don't plan, everything will go haywire. We do the similar planning, which is called principle of project management. We plan it in such a way that if I want to construct a school, if I want to build a school, I need to identify the school, different part of the schools. Then I need money for developing this one. Who will give me that money? So I need to, for building the school, whoever is the person interested to build a school, they will have their own budget available. When you say budget, means is the amount of money they are interested to spend in building that structure or that school building. So you need to identify the money first. Then you need people with you who are expert in building that one. So alone you cannot do it. So you need a people. And for that, you need to work in a team. So that means you need to be a good team player. Okay. So this is another principle of project management. So you need resources, you need money, you need technology. See, if I want to dig down the land, I cannot dig it with the hand. I need machines. I need facilities. I need tools and techniques. For that, I need to go and find out the different vendors and contractors who can help me out constructing that thing. So I have to collect all the resources who are helping me to build the school. And this is I call project management. Because when we come together and when we plan together, then the end product, the end output, the end result is what we are looking for.
Got it. Got it. So I have one question, Tushar, when you said this. For teenagers who are still not made up their mind, they are still exploring, what would you suggest that they could do to see if they are really interested in a profession like civil engineering? Any thoughts that you have, or did you do anything in your childhood days which made you realize that this is where my passion lies?
Absolutely. I think every child, when I was a child, every child, when they go through the childhood, they have lot of inquisitiveness about the things around them. Okay. And I'm 100% sure the kids, they have really, when they see a huge crane somewhere outside of the road, they ask this question, what this machine, what is this actually? When they see a huge tall building, they will say, wow, what a great building is that one. When they will visit any mall and when they see the structures around it, they really have these questions. So I would say start by exploring basic science and maths, visit construction sites if you can, or talk to engineers in your community. There are also some online workshops, courses where parents can help the teenagers to go through, which are specifically designed for young aspiring engineers. Get hands-on with some projects during your schools and during your engineering education or during your 12th up to 12th standard, where you can have build some small structures or experiment with some simple machines, which can be a fun and educational.
Yes. So as you're saying this, I want to highlight one of the activity we do with teenagers when we get into the program is we ask them to envision their dream house and then either create a model out of it or draw it, like create a 3D model on a paper or create a 3D model using some materials and all those stuff. So if they really enjoy doing that, that's an indication that they are really interested in maybe exploring civil engineer as a professional career. So, and whatever you said is all aligned to that. So that's very, I mean, really wonderful to know. Now, I want to move to certain aspects which are not spoken very commonly. What are some of the compromises that you have done being in this profession? Like, because teenagers need to know that as well, right? There are certain compromises, there are certain things which they may not have like they expect. So they shouldn't get disappointed after getting into the profession. So from how does it impact your personal desires? How does it impact your family life? Or does it even impact? So what are some of the compromises that you have had being in this profession, which teenagers should definitely know?
Yeah, okay. I think if I look back my last 20 years, which is I given to my profession as a civil engineer, one of the three of the areas I really find basically. One is the health aspect. Engineer's life sometimes is very consuming. When you do some construction activities, it's day and night the things goes on. It takes a lot of time, a lot of resources involved, people involved. There are a number of mistakes may happen. So sometimes you have to really work hard. And because of that work hard, you may have to stretch long hours working. But it's a worthwhile to build something. But it has other consequences. It may uh, uh, often spending long hours working, our health may get deteriorated. So it's important, and this is what I learned, that I still can focus on my health. Even if I'm stretching, I can focus on my health. Because if I don't focus on my health, I cannot give 100% to my profession. So one of the compromise generally I have seen is people don't look after health when they're doing such a hard work. Okay, so regular exercise and breaks are quite key in this profession. So that's the one area. The second area is because of this long stretching and very complex way of working, work-life balance also gets sometimes challenged because the works are very demanding. You have to finish something within a short period. So when such a work is demanding, especially when managing very big projects, the work-life balance put on the stake. So finding the right balance between your work and your personal life is really essential. Okay. The third area which I found is in the last 20 years, I traveled a lot. Depending on the project, out of India, UK, different countries, I traveled a lot. Within India also, I have to go a lot of places. So I have many times I have to travel out of 10 to 15 days in a month. Okay. And it can be exciting. It is also tiring. And I'm away from my home, my people. So you have to balance it out. You have to really understand, you have to balance out your ambitions, how long you have to run after your ambitions. Plus, at the same time, what are you losing the precious moments? So if you balance it out with the conscious approach, I think you can manage health, your work-life balance, and at the same time, the traveling. Okay, that's it.
Yes, great, great. And as you rightly said, see, all professions have these challenges, may not be in the same form and shape, but they would be demanding times, there would be tough situations that we need to deal with. So the reason why we ask this question is typically people picture a very positive side of all the professions, and then when teenagers get into that, they feel the challenges, and then because of those challenges they tend to think this is not what I thought, and therefore I'm not interested to move forward. So that's why we want to give this
Yeah.
information as well upfront, so that these are some of the challenges, but if they are really passionate about it, if they are really interested in what they are doing, they can easily overcome these challenges. So that's the main intent of this question. And I want to clarify this to the viewers. It's not about demotivating any teenager.
Yeah, yeah,
It's making them more aware of what they could face. But still, if they are really passionate about it, they would be able to thrive in that career.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. So, one last question I want to ask is there any, so I know you are a chartered project management professional, right? So someone who's interested in that area, what is the certification, how and when is the right time to start with that?
Okay, and everything. So being as a project manager, I need to really study. I need to really groom myself. So to groom that one, I do a lot of different types of exams, different types of certification. So I did one of the first certification, which is called as a project management certification. Here I learned that how I can take people with me in the journey, how I can understand their pain and then problems, and based on that, how can I come up with a solution? That solution can be used by the general public and save the money on the projects. See, there are so many constructions happening around in our cities, but if you see, there are so many buildings are empty at the moment of time, at this moment of time, and a lot of money has been invested, but nothing is happening. It is not been utilized. I learned these things through my that certification. Then I take another education after this to that, which is called the chartered in project management. Similarly, like you have a chartered accountant, this is like a chartered in project management. So chartered in project management help you to understand that your single quality error can lead to the damage. No? How you become so responsible for all your work, how you become so accountable for your own work. So these courses taught me to be a leader, set a good example so that others can follow it. It developed a confidence in me that I can bring a change in the world. And that's why this education really matters. So this is something I can propose, that if someone wants to be a good project manager, they have to go through these certifications and educations.
Great. Thanks a lot, Tushar, for sharing that. So just for benefit of teenagers, if you want to test if you're really interested in project management, take up any project or any responsibility in your school. For example, if you're planning for a trip or your educational trip is being planned by your institution, be an organizer for that and then see how you can make use of all the resources, time, and at the same time, you need to cater to the needs of people, the purpose of the trip, visiting the right places. So that's exactly what Tushar has explained. Understanding what people need, using the right resources to meeting those expectations. So
Absolutely.
take up those opportunities and then see if that really excites you, and you'll be able to decide if you want to get into a career of this nature. So we have covered a lot, Tushar. I just want to end this discussion with one last question. What would be your one-line advice to teenagers who are exploring their career at the moment?
Superb, superb, Prasad. When you asked me this question, I went back 20 years back, I would say 30 years back when I was a teenager. Okay. So how that teenager become a civil engineer? I would say I explored, I asked a lot of questions, and I never stopped being curious. If you do these three, I think you will lead the way. The world of engineering is very vast and it's very exciting. And there is always something new to discover. So your curiosity today could lead to groundbreaking innovations tomorrow. So I would say explore. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's a great piece of advice, which even like we have been sharing with teenagers. So that's why we have even started this talk show, because we want teenagers to explore and not explore by reading, to get a feel of what the profession is. And many times they struggle to get the right connect. So we are really happy and thankful that you could make time today and share your experience, talk about your profession, the kind of impact that you're making, and also make it simple for teenagers to understand. So thank you so much. I'm sure this would have benefited a lot of teenagers who are really passionate about, or in fact, exploring career in civil engineering or project management. So thank you, Tushar. Thank you so much. Viewers, if you really like this, subscribe and follow us. There are a lot more professions that we are going to cover in the upcoming days. Thank you. And if you have any questions or any comments, you can drop it in the comment section. We will definitely reach out to Tushar and get them answered. Yeah. So with
Thank you,
that,
Prasad.
thank you,
Thank you
Tushar.
very
Thank
much,
you so
Prasad.
much.